just a little trick on if you are going to stack them, which makes it a lot easier. Something I'm trying to get into people think. You end up with a bite. Put your arm through the bite and then start stacking. It means that you're not tying this extra funny knot in, and it means that every rope you walk up to, you know that automatically that the part with the split end is the part you pull it out and it comes straight out. Okay. It's one of those simple tricks that for some reason we don't seem to do. And that's a personal thing which I'm trying to push around in the system. You'll notice in the book it doesn't speak this way because somebody who put the book together only knew the really hard, complicated way to make it difficult for people to learn roping. Okay, so there's your Z. So now you put your ropes in your Z, and then we're going to fit it all together in a second. The thing to remember is that end up there is always your pulling end, and you pull away from the cliff edge. So this here we define as the cliff edge. This is the end that we bolt on, and that's the end we pull with. The other thing that you need is you need another little anchor point, and we need an anchor point that we can pull in the right sort of angle there, preferably.
Could you use the pole again? Or
We could. I prefer. We'll use the pole again. I prefer another anchor point, so we'll use the pole. Put on the rope.
Oh, about half the hole.
Put that one on. Right. Don't shut the carabiner on that yet. Okay, this one's just in here. Yeah. Okay, what you need, somebody feeding that and tying that off. Now just watch the gutter. What are you going to do? Pop a block of wood in there? Because otherwise I'm going to crush it. Also, we should have...
one? Because we've got two sizes.
We're not...
Can you reach that? Just turn it whichever way it fits.
Hang on, Steve. Yeah, no, I'm just about at the end. Steve, tighten her up nice and tight and lock her off.
That's done it.
Well, hold her locked
yeah,
off.
Can you move the timber up? When they release the tension, yeah.
Lock her like that. We crush the gutter anyway.
Yeah, just put the block in here then when you tension.
Like that?
You don't actually put the block in when you tension, the line went that way. So.
You're right, okay, do you want us to release it so you can do it again?
Yes, please.
Okay, give him some slack.
Another block of wood?
No, it should be right once we get it in.
Can't crush it.
That's, yeah.
Give me a hammer off yourself, you'll never know.
Shall we put some more wood or something in there?
Got more box, I'll put more wood in here.
Otherwise, no, what we'll do is we won't go the full hog, it's only a training session. Okay, tension that right up. We'll say that's enough tension at the moment. So you see how the Z-drag works? Yeah. Pull it in. Right, now the lock off. We'll actually lock off over it. Here's another gold tail. And we'll go through the lock off. Just get around, can't see you get around here. We'll only do 3. That one there. Okay, like so. Got all the gates. Oh, this one hasn't been used much. This one's shiny and new. Good thing about gold tail is it's actually one piece of equipment that is made to work with 13mm rope. Right, now to lock them off, you need to bring it across. I actually need it to come through once more. If I bring it up and over, you'll notice there's a groove up the top there, which the rope sits down in.
Yeah, double lock.
You then bring it down through the bottom and do a half twist, bring it back down, which locks it all down and beds it all in, and it's going nowhere. Now the tension of the rope across there holds it in. Okay, that's your lock, that's your second lock. You need to put a second lock in, even if you're just sitting on it by yourself. If it's just got a single lock in it, you just rope creep very slowly down the rope, millimetre by millimetre. And the heavier you are, like you'd probably do a faster rope creep than I would, and I'd do a faster rope creep.
You sit there with a single lock on, you still need your hand.
That's right.
Don't need very much though.
It does creep slightly. So that's how you lock off your gold tail. And the beauty about it is you can walk away from that and leave it. Okay? The big thing you do need to do is make sure that you do monitor it. That's what your safety officer needs to do. Because if somebody comes and fiddles with it, then you're in a world of hurt. But the theory is that you can walk away and leave it. If you want to, make sure that nothing's ever going to happen.
A third.
You come around and you do some half hitches. No, not a third.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Do some half hitches. Where's that extra carabiner you had?
Drop that into these.
No. Drop it onto the rope.
Oh, right.
Okay, you just drop that back onto the rope. And all you're doing now is you're making it harder for somebody to just walk up. It starts looking a bit messy now, but the thing is, it's really hard for somebody to just walk up and accidentally release it. They just can't accidentally release it. They've got to take the carabiner off, take 2 or 3 half hitches out before they start releasing the brake.
Gives you enough time to say, "Oi, what the fuck are you doing?" Yeah.
Basically, yes. Whereas
Got that on tape too.
Whereas the other one, you can walk up to, if somebody just wants to hold this up, leaving a lid in this way, they just don't want the gold tail in the dirt, you can walk up, and this is how quickly it is to release it. And that is not enough time for the safety officer who might be over there to stop it. Okay? Right, we're happy with that? Happy with the Z-drag?
Yeah.
And how it's put together? And there's reversible brakes and all sorts of things. Comes roping where it's end. And there's reversible brakes and all sorts of things. Comes roping where it's end. I'll feature those. But that's the best and simplest way to get your tension onto your rope. Right. There's another method which is harder, which is actually making a Z drag within the end of the system. So if you don't have enough equipment, you can do an improvised thing, but you should always have 2 pulleys. And if you've got 2 pulleys and a mechanical tender, or 2 pulleys and a prussic loop, you can make a reversible brake. Because you can use a prussic loop instead of this. Sorry, not a reversible brake, no, Z drag. You can use a prussic loop instead of this. Okay. And in emergency, you can use carabiners. In fact, grab us a prussic loop and I'll show you. Issue SES prussic. Crank on tension as well and brake the gutter too. What's the difference between this one and the previous one?
Well, there's no pulleys.
Yeah?
No manual.
You go through a lot of guttering.
A lot of what?
Guttering.
Guttering? No. What's the difference in the Z drag? Ability of equipment damage at some stage here, but you can still tension your thing up. You can still see that I'm able to bend the gutter and start to tension it up. You put 2 or 3 people onto this and you'll get a lot of tension.
In the builder division call.
So, right, you're happy with that? Happy with the Z drag?
Yes.
Okay, let's together.
So, did you want us not to use gold tails at all?
No, I want you to do both. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you wanted to...
No, you've got to have 1 gold tail in there.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have a second gold tail in there,
no
is what I
worries.
was saying.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Now, see how the slot is? Go the opposite direction to the slot. So when it's going through, it's going the other way.
It's got an easy gate.
Attach it to the winch. And he's there with the winch hook in his hand.
Fairly tight fit. Give yourself lots of slack.
No.
So take it right. That's it. So take a big loop like that, and then you'll find it'll go through a lot easier. And then no, big loop. Big loop. That's it.
Winches are for livestock. Turn around with people.
That's it. That's enough. Then. No, get it tight. Alright, pull on here. You pull the rope through. Leave the rope through. So you get the slack out of it.
Oh, no, it's something for a bigger scheme, but I need...
Because when you release it, we're going to lose that tension into it.
That looks like one of my traps down there. That aluminium one.
No, I've heard this over. That's blue of your main line, because one end of your main line's under, if you're hanging off one side of the building, one side will be under tension, one side won't.
What's going to happen then is when they're hanging like that, you mean? Okay. You're still within the bounds of your alpine butterfly. That's still fine because it's then going to come back to that compensation. Okay. That's what it's designed for. Whereas if you put a figure 8 in there, and the problem you don't want to put a figure 8 in the middle there
because it's pulling it apart.
That's right, because you then have exactly the same effect of using an alpine butterfly as an end knot you have with a figure 8. You're then pulling the whole thing apart. Right? And remember I said the point that these knots generally fail is where they come in or out of the knot, not here. Generally it's somewhere there or there. So what you've done is you've increased your chances of a failure.
We had the same argument with somebody last week actually.
So
They had the tape knot. No, yeah.
Tape knot?
Oh yeah, they tied the tape knot when they'd done their loop, instead of bringing it in from where.
Let this be a reminder to you all that this organization will not tolerate failure.
Oops! I did it again, baby.
Yeah!
What led you through the hopelessly tangled underbrush of private security organizations to our door? Stellar word of mouth? Our fine client roster? Those flyers we put up in that public urinal?